Hi, everyone. Happy Sunday, and welcome to week 6 of our grade 9 e-learning introduction to business technology course, October 9th to the 13th. Is it October 9th? Yes, it is. I hope you all had a really wonderful long weekend and enjoyed some outside time, screen-free time, and time with your family and friends. So we're jumping right on in this week, obviously with Holiday Monday being off this week. On Tuesday this week, we're jumping into the topic of how to actually use social media for business purposes. I know most of us are on social media in one way, shape, form, or another. In our second unit, we're going to talk about that a little bit more about sort of the impacts of social media. But when we're in a business environment, we also need to look at social media as an opportunity to advertise and to sell our products. And so learning how to do that effectively is a part of what we're doing this week. Okay. So in this week, what we're going to do is learn about the rules of social media. So you've got a lesson here. And what I want you to do, as always, with our slide deck lessons is to go through the slides, take notes, and make sure that you understand the content. So I'm just going to take you through a little bit of the slide deck so you have an idea of what I'm talking about here. Okay. So again, the whole purpose of this lesson is to get you thinking about how businesses use social media to sell their products, right? So, one of the most important steps for businesses is to understand who is their most likely buyer. So, we call this the target market, the person that's most likely to buy that product that you're trying to sell. Okay, and so we divide these groups of people into what we call market segments, and they're divided into demographics, motivations, and behaviors. So we might divide them into age, gender classifications, education levels, etc. And we try to identify as business owners who the most likely buyer will be, and then we cater all of our advertising, our social media advertising, to that particular group of people. Okay. Now, what we have to do is with that, try to find our customer through social media. So, again, every platform, what we need to know as business students is that every platform serves a different audience. So, TikTok serves an audience that's different than Instagram, that's different than Facebook, but each platform is still really great for businesses in its own way. So, figuring out how to use those platforms, as well as who's going to be the most likely consumer of that platform, is a part of our job as business owners. Okay. Now, once you figure out what platform to best use for social media based on the product that you're selling and who you're selling your product to, you've got to post and create content, right? Content creation is a huge part of business. It's also important to recognize that different platforms actually have a greater audience usage at different times of the day. So, for example, we tend to find the most used times for Facebook are on weekdays at 3 in the morning, which I know you're probably thinking, well, that's weird. Who's awake at 3 in the morning? But you have to remember that this is a global app, right? So people in Australia, it's not 3 a.m. in Australia, right? It's the other half of the day. So it's just what the research has demonstrated is the most active time globally. Okay, so that's what this slide is all about. Moving through the slide deck, we want to make sure that we recognize that different audiences are going to use different social media platforms and also have different accessibility issues as well, right? And then again, thinking about, well, how do these companies use social media? So part of your job is going to be looking at, how do companies use their social media, as well as are they doing it, properly? So when companies use social media like Nike, they're going to want to ensure that their content is going to, again, be attractive to their target market. They might use music, different reels, as well as celebrities that their target audience might like. How are we going to engage them? How are we going to entertain them, etc.? So the types of posts that businesses might consider would include, again, event posts, brand product post announcements, testimonials, celebrity endorsements, discounts, promotions, sometimes just memes, ways to get people interacting and creating comments, jokes, different seasonal and holiday types of posts as well. Okay. When you are a content creator or a business owner, when you're using social media for branding purposes, for engagement purposes, you always want to start with a plan, right? You have to choose the channels that you think are best for your business. You never want to choose all the different channels because ultimately that's just too much work, right? Who are you trying to sell to? What are you trying to do? You're going to go ahead and create that business account and you're going to try to post and create content for 1 to 2 weeks at a time, remembering that you should be posting multiple times a day to optimize your engagement, right? And remember that there's always quality over quantity. So the average recommendation for businesses is to post on average 1 to 4 times per day if they're using TikTok, 1 to 2 times per day for Instagram. Again, you don't want to inundate your target audience, but you don't want to leave them hanging either, right? And that's what this slide is about. Just giving you an example of an advertisement, using really great positive engagement and the ways that companies are trying to engage their audiences through Reels and through TikTok and through various social media platforms today. What you want to make sure with your social media advertisements is that you're creating really eye-catching images. You're using, consistent templates and color schemes as well, that you always have really fun captions, but not too much wording, that there's a call to action in every post that you make. So a call to action is ways to engage the customer more. So for example, when you hear at the end of a YouTube video, please subscribe, that's a call to action. Please like and share, that's a call to action. Click now and save, that's a call to action. Okay. And that's that. Okay. So making sure that you're going through this content is really important. When you're done, you're going to do a lesson concept check. So this is a Google form. You can click it directly through here, or it's incorporated into our agenda for the week as well. So you're going to go through and fill in this Google survey, which gives you, again, just a bunch of questions that helps me to make sure that you've gone through the lesson and that you understand the material appropriately. Don't forget to do your weekly attendance activity, which is also that Google form, okay? And fill that in for your attendance for the week. When you're done the lesson, you're going to go into the assignment. So this is our one assignment for the week based on the lesson content, social media for branding. So here's what we're going to be doing for this week. Again, you've reviewed the lesson at this point. You are going to be essentially evaluating the social media for a local business in your area. When we're evaluating how well a company is using social media, we look at 5 different criteria. The first is, who are they trying to sell to? Is it clear who they're trying to sell to? Are they creating content that's really youthful because they're trying to sell to young people? Do the posts they make speak to this group of people? What social media platforms is this business using? Sometimes local businesses aren't even on social media. If that's the case, that's probably quite problematic, right? How often are they posting? What are the quality of the posts? So are they using good hashtags? What are the quality of the images that you're using? Are they offering a variety of different posts, videos, images, stories, polls, reshares? Do they include short and catchy ad copy, different handles and words? How much engagement are they getting, like comments, reshares, likes, etc.? So with that criteria in mind, knowing those 5 different steps of the criteria, that you're evaluating a local company. So you're going to choose a local company in your area. So let's say you're in Burlington, you might want to choose a local business in your area, maybe even one that you guys use in your own homes, right? So maybe I know where I live, we have a couple different pizza shops that are sole proprietorships, and they're really great. They're like local gems. Everybody loves them, but they're just one business. They're not a big chain or franchise. Okay. So you're going to try to find a company like that. And you're going to choose a category. So again, you're going to choose either a pizza business, a clothing business, a restaurant business, a sports related business, or other. It can really be anything. So let's say I choose my local pizza shop, the Hey Johnny's. Okay, or Johnny's Pizza. That's the one in my local area. I would probably look up, I would compare it to, let's say, Pizza Pizza. And what I've done here is I've included Pizza Pizza's website, their Facebook, their Instagram, and their Twitter, so that you can just see what Pizza Pizza, which is a large multinational organization, is doing on their social media accounts. And then I would go and look up Johnny's Pizza, their social media accounts. I would look at their website, see if they're on social media, and I would just compare and contrast how is Johnny's Pizza doing as it compares to, let's say, Pizza Pizza. All right. And what kind of ways are they trying to engage their audience and advertise and promote their business outside of, the generic website? Okay, so again, that's your first step of this assignment, is to choose a local business within one of these categories, and let's just compare it to a national brand. And then just start to do your research. Like, how is this company actually advertising and using social media? Okay. So when you've done that, you're going to create a document. You're going to share it with me and give me editing privileges, as always. And you're going to tell me who is the local brand that you selected and in what category, or the local company. And you're then going to go through those 5 steps of evaluating a social media to determine how you think that local brand is doing compared to the national brand. Try to provide examples and details. And again, you can organize this however you want in charts or graphs, copy and paste some examples of social media posts that they might be doing. You're going to have to do a little bit of research, right? And then you might find that maybe they're only on one social media channel, right? And that's okay. So again, you're going to share whatever it is that you can find as how this particular company is doing and what they're doing in advertising online. And then from that, you're going to reflect. How are they doing? Are they using social media well based on those 5 steps of criteria? And again, you're not going to be able to answer all those. Like for example, you're not going to be able to see how many reshares they have, but you can gauge, how many followers they have, what the level of engagement is, how many comments they tend to get, etc. Okay. And just reflect. Are they even using social media? How are they doing with their advertising and engaging in their community? Are they creating advertisements that speak to people who they're trying to sell to? And what ways can they improve based on what you've seen from the national brand and what you've learned already in this course? Like, how are ways that they can increase their community engagement? Okay. When you're done that, you're going to do part B. Now that you've evaluated the social media for that particular local business, you're going to be the content creator for that business, the media manager. You now know where they need to improve, so you're going to improve it. And just like last week, you had to create social media posts for yourself. Now you're going to create social media posts for this local company. So if it were for me, obviously, I would be creating social media posts for Johnny's Pizza. So I would take a look at Pizza, see what kind of things they're doing, and then I would create 4 to 5 social media posts for Johnny's Pizza. I would probably try to ensure that I have a variety. I might create a reel. I might create like a poll. I might create a promotion post, right? Like Tuesdays are after 5 o'clock, our happy hour where you get, buy one, get the second pizza 50% off. Different ways of creating engagement. Maybe I might host some kind of Halloween event. So you can really think creatively and outside of the box for these posts. So really what we want to be doing is trying to create engagement within that particular community. Okay. So again, if you have a business that's in Burlington, you want to speak to things that are happening in the Burlington community. Okay. So before you start thinking about your 4 to 5 different social media posts, you want to make sure that you know the target market of your audience. So who are they selling to? What platforms are they using? Should they be using other ones? Okay. And then when you're done doing that, you're going to write a 1-paragraph reflection. So again, reflecting on the different social media posts. What did you integrate from the corporate company in the design of your local brand? So again, you want to look at their branding that they already have. What colors are they using? What dynamics do they have? What logo are they using? And make sure that you're integrating those pieces into the social media posts that you're creating. Okay, make sure you're consistent with the brand. Are you consistent with who they're selling to? Are you, if they're selling their products to like a young, youthful group of people, make sure that your social media posts reflect that as well, like in terms of the words that you're using as well. And why do you think that your advertising will be effective for this business? If you were going to take these ads to the business today and say, hey, I noticed that you could use some ads. This is what I've come up with. What would you say? Why do you think that your advertising would be effective? Okay, so then I've summarized your assignment here. Again, for this assignment, you're doing the part A, which is the local business evaluation. So you're choosing a local business to your area. For me, it would be Johnny's Pizza. All right. And then you're going to tell me, you're going to evaluate their social media usage and go through that and then reflect on how you think they're doing based on that criteria. And then you're going to content create for part B. You're going to create 4 to 5 social media posts, trying to improve their social media approach. And then you're going to reflect on how you integrated what they already do, their branding, their colors, their logos, whether or not your social media posts spoke to like who they're actually selling their product to and why you feel that this advertising will be effective. Okay. So it's really meant to be fun. Again, I really recommend using Canva, making sure that your social media posts are consistent in their branding and their messaging, but have a variety, be interactive. Think about adding like local events, promotional deals, things like that. And start really thinking like, how would I sell this product? And again, use the national brands as comparison. Go and check out, if you're going to do a pizza shop, check out Pizza and what they're doing. Get inspiration from what other major multinational corporations are doing as well. Okay. When you're done that, you're going to be copying those posts into your document. And then, as always, you're going to be submitting your document in Dropbox. So if you go to Dropbox, you'll notice that there is a Dropbox available for assignment 5. You'll just scroll on down and you'll see it right available for you here, social media for business. And that's it. Okay, so that's what you're working on this week. Again, just to recap, you're going to review the rules of social media engagement and branding in our lesson. You're going to do the lesson concept check, our weekly attendance, and your assignment. Your assignment's due on Monday at 8 a.m. as always. If you have any questions, you want to pop into a Google Meet, just send me an email. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you online.